As Malaysia stands at the eve of enforcing the nationwide movement control order, the country announced its first COVID-19 fatalities. The Ministry of Health announced 2 deaths, the first taking place in Johor Bahru, a 34-year-old that had attended the Tabligh Assembly in Sri Petaling. The second was a priest in Sarawak. The MOH also said that there are 120 new cases confirmed today, which brings the total number of cases to 673. Today, the National Security Council released an FAQ about the order, which will be enforced from March 18th to 31st. Among the key takeaways include the fact that while people are allowed to leave their house to pick up essentials, they are encouraged to do so quickly and briefly. Eateries will still be open, but only for takeaway and delivery, and public transport will still run. The Inspector General of Police, Tan Sri Abdul Hamid Bador, has also appealed to all Malaysians who need to travel between states or districts to inform the police and obtain a permit. He said that Malaysians may bring the necessary documents explaining the need for travel to the police station to do so in order to ease their journey. But he added that at this point in time, the police force has not mobilised for checkups at district or state borders, as it is only an appeal and not a total clampdown. All operations at Resorts World Genting in Genting Highlands will be temporarily closed from tomorrow until March 31st. This is following the movement control order announced by PM Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin in order to curb the spread of COVID-19. Genting Malaysia says the closure covers its hotel, F&B outlets, casino, Skytropolis indoor theme park, entertainment facilities, shopping malls and retail outlets. Operations are set to resume on April 1st. Essential resort-based services such as security, bomba, utilities and clinics will remain operational. The last time all the operations were closed was during the late group founder Tan Sri Lim Gotong's funeral back in 2007 for half a day. Separately, Genting Malaysia also announced the temporary closure of its Resorts World Casino New York City due to the outbreak. It did not specify when the casino will reopen. Sime Darby and Valesto Energy Chairman Dato' Abdul Rahman Ahmad has tested positive for COVID-19 according to separate statements. According to Sime, Abdul Rahman is now in a healthcare facility. Sime says Abdul Rahman has not visited any of its premises for the last 18 days and is working with the relevant authorities to ensure the health and safety of its staff. Valesto has also clarified that its chairman has not been at its Kuala Lumpur premises nor met its employees since February 26. Valesto says it also has undertaken the necessary precautionary and hygiene measures at its KL office. Meanwhile, Sime also announced that all of its Malaysian premises will be closed from tomorrow until March 31st and its staff will work remotely in line with the soon-to-be enforced movement control order. Valesto has initiated a work-from-home program for its KL-based staff, while its offshore and onshore support bases will continue to operate as usual but with extra precautionary measures. Singapore PM Lee Hsien Loong says his government is working out arrangements with companies in the city-state to help willing Malaysian workers to stay there during the restricted movement period from March 18th to 31st. According to a Facebook post, Lee says Malaysia has also given reassurance that the flow of goods and cargo between the neighbours would continue during the period. Under the period of the movement control order, Malaysians living in Malaysia but working in Singapore will not be allowed to commute daily until the period of the order ends. Lee says that Malaysia's move to restrict movement in order to combat the spread of COVID-19 is not surprising, as other countries had adopted similar measures to stem the outbreak. According to Maybank King & Research, an estimated 400,000 Malaysians work and study in Singapore on a daily basis. Maybank says banning daily commuters will essentially cut off almost a tenth of Singapore's labour force. The government will continue to seek the return of funds allegedly misappropriated from 1MDB. According to a statement from the Prime Minister's office, authorities have identified 6.9 billion ringgit in dirty money allegedly siphoned from the Troubled State Fund still outstanding. This morning, PM Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin was given a special briefing by the officials responsible for tracking 1MDB. So far, 1.4 billion ringgit has been successfully returned. According to the PMO's statement, the PM has instructed for the efforts to track and reclaim 1MDB monies from multiple countries to continue.